At Franciosi and Friends Productions, projects come and projects go, and some are conceived but never announced, and some are announced but never put into fruition. So what happened to all of those? Well, here are my 10 canceled YouTube projects. At number 10, we have Homies on a Friday Night 12. Okay, so obviously Homies on a Friday Night 12 wasn't canceled per se, but its original idea was. Originally, that was going to be the debut episode of our Nintendo Entertainment System. We were going to play Pac-Man and Dr. Mario and Super Mario Bros. And Duck Hunt and Tetris for that episode. In fact, the episode was fully filmed and ready to be edited. However, I was lazy that day and just said, you know what, forget it, we'll do episode 12 on another day when I'm feeling motivated to edit. So I wound up deleting the original episode 12, and the episode 12 you guys got was Twit Jam and Hurl, where we played Toe Jam and Earl. The first time. Coming in at number 9, we have College Days. College Days was originally going to be a vlog series following me and a few of my friends in my 3rd and possibly 4th semester of college and their 1st and 2nd semesters of college. Originally, I wanted to do like a vlog series with them for the longest time, but I eventually lost interest in the idea. Although something similar did come about on my Snapchat group story, College Days, if anybody at all is following my Snapchat. So it just kind of faded into the background and never came to be on YouTube. Coming in at number 8, we have Homies on a Friday Night 16. Just like Homies on a Friday Night 12, this wasn't canceled per se, but the concept changed dramatically. Originally to be titled Brandon Questions the Word of the Mighty Jimmy, which was in reference to a line by Master Shake in an episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force, it was going to feature me having like a subliminal message taking a jab at a friend who I hadn't really talked to in a while and I felt like was kind of cutting me out of their life. Now, who is this friend? I'm not going to tell you, but I will say they have not appeared on this YouTube channel before. Originally, I had the video edited and ready to upload to YouTube, but at the last second, I backed down and reevaluated how I valued this person. And I said, no, I can't bring myself to do this. I can't. So I deleted the video. The episode 16 you guys got instead was Psych, No Marshmallows for Scares. In at number 7 is Poop Culture. Now, if you remember Poop Culture, it was basically sort of me talking about pop culture, kind of in the style of the next news network and how they talk about politics. Well, I lost interest in that series after a while and just decided to absorb it into my general commentaries. Had I have not canceled Poop Culture, it would have been likely my Szechuan sauce video would have been a Poop Culture episode. There were only 4 episodes of this where I talked about Danielle Bergoli. There was an episode where I talked about Amy Schumer, an episode where I talked about Monopoly, and an episode where I talked about The Loud House. The series kind of ended after that, and I lost all motivation and touch with wanting to do it. So it became my general commentaries. Number 6 on this list is my roast sessions. Now, unless you're a very, very early subscriber, we're talking like maybe May 2016 subscriber to Franciosi and Friends Productions, back when we were simply known as Brandon Franciosi, you should remember that I did roast sessions. I inspired to be a YouTuber like Leafy is here back in the day. I know, looking back at it now, he really wasn't that big of an influence, or a good of an influence to look up to. But anyway, I did roast sessions where I'd go on to Bing.com and look through images of ugly people, or ugly cars, or bad cooking, or ugly, just anything trifling, and I would just roast that. Well, I had to stop that eventually because somebody didn't like it, and back then I was trying to be politically correct and censor myself. Well, recently I just said fuck it, and now I'm uncensored and I don't give a damn. So, I still have the 2 roast sessions I originally uploaded, and I had planned a 3rd one out, but it never came through. So, I am going to be conducting a poll. I have the 2 first roast sessions from back in 2016, but they're privatized. I will be running a poll on the Franciosi and Friends Productions Twitter at FNFP YouTube, and it will be, do you want me to unprivatize the roast sessions? And depending on if this poll goes through or not, if people want me to unprivatize them, I will unprivatize them and make them public again. But if they don't want me to, I will delete the videos. Number 5 is the Simpsons Game Let's Play. So, this was my first Let's Play I ever announced on the channel. What happened to it? Well, circumstances. The first one was our DualShock controller we were using in the only 2 episodes was dying, so I had used the PlayStation Classic. But for some reason, most EA games don't allow you to use a PlayStation Classic controller. I mean, clearly it's got no knobs. So I decided to do a Let's Play of another game, Gran Turismo 3, and that is how the Gran Turismo 3 Nostalgia Challenge came about. As I got more into that, I decided I wanted to do it more, so I put The Simpsons on the back burner. And then, as soon as I was getting ready to get back into the Simpsons Game Let's Play, our silver PlayStation 2 died, and all Let's Plays were put on hold. So I get a new PlayStation 2, and I'm thinking I'm going to get back to the Simpsons game. Well, by that point, I had lost all interest in a Simpsons Game Let's Play. So ultimately, I decided to cancel it. There are 2 episodes up on YouTube right now. I will let you go watch them. I don't plan to delete them. So enjoy the only 2 episodes of this failed Let's Play. In at number 4, we have This Charming Man. This Charming Man was going to be a show following the character Carol Maxon Granter, a Scottish immigrant to the United States, and his goal to seek out what it means to be an American. This show, of course, is named after the Smiths song of the same name from their debut album in 1982. I had hyped up this series, and I had actually considered making a casting thing for this series. In fact, I was going to film the actual first episode, and it was only going to be Carol and kind of his daily life. But I started losing interest in the series as the summer of 2017 went on. I had recently announced the cancellation of This Charming Man, as I had never finished the first episode's script. At number 3, we have Random Fives. Random Fives was a working title I had for a top 5 factual list series, which was just going to feature me reading off 5 completely random facts about various topics. Nothing in particular, it's just, it was something stupid I was thinking about doing. It never tagged on. If you want me to do something like this, then just let me know, okay? At number 2, we have EAS Mocks. Now, EAS Mocks, which were Emergency Alert System mock scenarios, were going to be a sort of side thing I was going to do for this channel. But I lost interest in wanting to do them myself. You see, for anybody who's not aware, the Emergency Alert System is a warning system in the United States that warns people of weather threats, child abductions, or, I don't know, just danger in general in the United States. Similar things exist in other countries, like Alberta Alert, I think that's what it is, in Alberta, Canada. This is a popular subgenre on YouTube that I wanted to consider getting into. In fact, I had posted a video of a mock child abduction emergency on the channel, which I think I've privatized by this point. I don't know. I wouldn't unprivatize it because it was pretty stupid, to be honest. So I decided not to do this sort of stuff. I even made a vlog about me announcing I'm going to do this. So that's why it ranks so highly on here, because I kind of hyped this up. Still, I use the emergency alert system sound effect from time to time in my videos. You may hear it in the background during some of my ear rape sections. Also, on a side note to any of you EAS video creators out there, please stop overly saturating it with zombies, zombie viruses, and nuclear holocaust scenarios. Please start getting more creative. I get zombies and nukes is the easiest thing to do, but come on, let's get creative. I mean, look at John Perez, who did the True series. That was freaking creative. So, can we get to more stuff like that? Please? And coming in at number 1 is definitely Big Apples. Well, Big Apples, a project that failed in not just 1 or 2, but 3 of my platforms. Where do I begin? See, I started writing Big Apples around maybe February 2016. I was still a senior in high school. And I was motivated by the likes of Hey Arnold and Gravity Falls. And the series was going to follow the Apple siblings, Hickory and Tammy Mae, in their adventures in their new hometown of New York City, New York, with their friends Samuel Genesis Oakley, or Sage for short, Danica, and Donovan. The show was going to focus mainly towards Sage and a compass he got from his father, who I wrote in the show to sound like Gilbert Gottfried, and how it unlocked untold riches in New York City. If this sounds kind of similar to the premise of Gravity Falls, keep in mind I was kind of an unoriginal bastard back in the day. So, I started writing this on my DeviantArt page, I started talking about it on my YouTube page, and I started sharing it on my Wattpad page, which is now defunct. So, what happened to it? Well, I just lost interest in it over time. I just couldn't keep up with it. In fact, I actually had a casting sort of thing in the garage with fellow YouTubers Zacka Wacka and the Slendy Cane. The project went nowhere, and hopefully this new project I'm working on titled That's Just Us, more updates in the future on it, will take off where Big Apples failed. Now again, this is kind of a scar on not just the face of our YouTube channel, seeing as to how I had like 2 or 3 videos about Big Apples, but it's also a scar in the face of my DeviantArt, as it was kind of a staple of my DeviantArt account back then. But again, it was cancelled. In fact, I was even working on a theme song for the show, but it went nowhere. So where are we now with it? It's completely cancelled, so don't ask for Big Apples, because it's not going to happen. It's dead. I'm sorry. But hey, you'll learn from your mistakes, and trust me, us at Franciosi and Friends Productions have made plenty of mistakes. Homies on a Friday night rating. But, I mean, who am I to really speak badly about us? We learn, we fail, we learn from our failures, and we try again. We only grow wiser from what we get wrong. And hey, that's just a human trait, and in the end, we're human too. So, go about this video and just think about what could have been and how we've improved over time. Because I think we've improved within the almost 2 years we've been around. Don't you think?